Hello my beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is Miriam K, and if this is the first time you're checking out my channel, welcome. Make yourself at home, join the family by clicking on the subscribe button below. It is free, you don't have to pay for it. It is just a way to support what I do, so please subscribe if you have not. It is a red button, you will see it there underneath the video, and I will also have it at the end of this video so you can subscribe. Don't forget to do that. And also please like the video, even if it's a dislike, it's engagement and comment. And once more I want to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed so far. It just means the world to me that, you know, I have people that actually want to support what I do, and I'm really grateful for that. And please feel free to share as well. So today we are going to be talking about something that's very important, I think anyway, and that is business plan. Writing a business plan, why a business plan is important, and all of that. So if you don't know, if this is your first time, maybe you don't know or you're not aware, I am a business coach. I am a marketing strategist, content creator, of course, like YouTube. I've also got my blog, my website, miriamk.co.uk. I also have that, and I also do motivational speaking at different events. So that is what I do, and part of what I do is working with clients, basically to just get them prepared and help them towards achieving their goals. But one of the biggest challenges sometimes I have is somebody will have this great idea or this great business or venture, and they are trying to relay that to me. But then then they are also trying to maybe bring in external people to help them out. But then when I ask, have you got a business plan? They say, no, I don't really think I need one. And for me, it's hard to believe, but yeah, again, it's not hard to believe. And I think we don't really realize the importance of having a business plan. So maybe you're watching this and thinking, this can't be right. So what I decided to do, I did a poll on the Little Meetup page, the platform, the networking platform that I'm an ambassador for. So I did a poll just to find out, really, you know, try and get some sort of an idea of how many people actually have business plans. And if you can see, the options are there, and you can see that the votes casted, I tried to scratch off the people's, you know, their pictures and all of that for confidentiality and privacy. But you can see for yourself that most people voted for no, that they have not got a business plan. And this platform is, the members that are on this platform, over 1,000, they are entrepreneurs, you know, business owners and all of that. So this just shows you how common it is for people not to have a plan, which of course I'm not faulting anybody. We're all here to learn, and hopefully by the end of this video you will have an idea on how to write one. Otherwise, if you don't, my details are going to be in the description and also at the end of the video, so you can contact me if you need, you know, help towards that. But this is something that is quite common. And one quote that always stands out to me, where my business teacher once said when I was in school: failing to plan is planning to fail. So when you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. So just think about that quote. So a lot of people don't feel like they need it, but it is very useful. if you are a startup, if you are expanding, if you are rebranding, whatever you are doing, starting, growing slash expanding, or rebranding, all of these things, it's important for you to have a business plan. All right, so what is a business plan? A business plan basically is like an outline of your venture, your product or services, or whatever it is you are trying to do. It is like a roadmap of it, so you are able to convey your message and be able to let anybody that's reading that understand what your company is about or what you are trying to establish. And so there is that understanding all round. So that is a business plan. It's just like a roadmap. If you are going to travel somewhere you've never been, even if you've been there, but it's not somewhere you're used to going, are you not going to require some sort of a map or sat nav? So if you're going to need that for that journey, it's sort of the same thing. You are going to need a business plan. Is like your sat nav or your map to wherever destination you are going. It helps you stay on track. When you are following a sat navigation or map, when it says go left, you go left. It keeps you on track. Otherwise, you can find yourself taking just one wrong turn and you have to start all over, or you get completely lost and end up somewhere else. So that is what a business plan really represents. It is just like that roadmap or that sat nav to get you to your destination. So what are the importance of having a business plan? First of all, as I say, it makes it easy for everybody to understand what you're trying to establish, how you're trying to do things. So if you are going to, even to a bank, if you want some sort of a business loan, whatever it is, they are going to require for you to present a business plan, because they need to see that their investment is going to be worth it, that whatever it is that they're putting their money into is going to be worth it. Even if not the bank, if you're also looking for investors, partners, anybody, shareholders, anybody to get involved, they are going to want to see what this is about, not just what you tell them, not just what you told them, but they want to see it written so they can actually physically see, all right, is this something I want to get involved in, or is this something I want to really spend time on? Is this worth it? Is this the direction I want to go? So it's important when it comes to that. So, but not just to help you in terms of loans, it also makes it easier for you yourself to keep track of your business, your venture, what you are doing, because you always have somewhere to go, something to look, to keep you focused, so you don't kind of go off the road. That it helps you for that. It also helps you to maybe look back and analyze. If you have a business plan and maybe after a year or 6 months of you doing your business, you have something to take a look at and see, compare what the plan is and what actually has happened. You're able to compare and see where you went wrong, where changes need to be made, things that went well that you need to continue, and certain maybe adjustment that need to be made. It is much more easier to do that when you have a plan to guide you. But if you don't have a plan, you will just be thinking, oh yeah, I think I need to kind of change my marketing technique. But that's you just saying it. But when it's actually in a plan, you are able to compare, all right, we did X, Y, and Z. It did not work. We need to scratch that and do something else. And if you're going to work with any external agency, like a business coach, which I do, or anybody else, they need to see your plan. They need to see where you're going with this. So there's clarity between everybody involved. Also, it also helps you actually in terms of growth. Statistically, those that have a business plan have been shown to have come out. There's evidence that they have grown, they have succeeded faster than those that don't. Of course, every case, every scenario is different, but that is what the statistic shows. It also helps you when you have a financial forecast, and then you look back and see that, oh, things didn't go accordingly. You are able to look back and see, all right, maybe we need to change this. What were the prediction versus the forecast versus the actual, the reality? You're able to compare those figures and see what went wrong, what do we need to change moving forward. But when you don't, you will just have it at the back of your mind. But when you have it somewhere written down, you're actually able to go and follow up and see what needs to be done. It also helps to minimize risk of like failure and risk of really losing a lot of money, because when you have a plan, you've already kind of distributed how you're going to spend your budget. You know, this amount is going to go towards marketing, this is going to go towards that. When it is there and clearly stated, if you have a marketing department or somebody that does the marketing for you, like I do for a lot of companies, they are able to see, this is the budget, this is this, and this is what we need to do. Of course, when it comes to marketing, it's also useful to have a strategic marketing plan, which we will get to later on. But right now, let's just stick to the business plan. So yeah, and also it helps you to clearly define your goals. And your goals, and they need to be smart. Your objective and your goals, they need to be smart, which is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timed. So when you have that, you ensure that all your objectives, they fit into those 5 elements, all of them, and that helps you. It's much more easier for you to achieve them when they are specific and clearly defined. So it also helps you to understand the market you're coming into. When you have done a plan, you're able to see an overview. It will help you make that decision. Is this something I should really go for? So it helps you to minimize the risk of failure, because after doing your business plan, if you realize that no, this is not gonna work, it is going to save you time, it's going to save you money, it's going to save you energy. So it's really helpful with that. And a business plan is not just for startup businesses. Even if you are expanding or rebranding, it is also very important to have a business plan to guide you along the way. So now we're going to go into the aspects or the elements that you need to put in your plan. So the first thing you need, of course, you need like a content table, which is going to specify all the different things that you're going to include. And then the first aspect you need to do is called an executive summary. So an executive summary is just summarizing the skills, experiences, qualifications of those that are going to be involved in this business. So for example, if I'm doing a business, let me use myself as an example, like with my coaching business. All right, so my summary is executive summary is going to have to include my qualification, my experience. Why do I feel like I'm qualified, or I am a best fit for this kind of venture? So for me, I've got my qualification, my degree, which is in business. I've also done various other courses and have, certificate in specific aspects of business, such as marketing, and also my experiences, the companies I've worked for, and any achievement. I've won several awards and things like that. So just to kind of give an overview of what the people that are involved. If it's just one person, it's just you. But if there are various people, if you have certain people that are specialized, let's say if you have somebody specialized in marketing, you're also gonna mention what that person has done and why they're qualified for that role. If you're going to have somebody that's going to deal with the finances, so that is it. It's not a CV, it's just basically a summary. So you're not going to write your CV like, oh, from this year to this year I was in primary school, from this year to this year I was in. So no, you're just going to summarize. That's why it's called an executive summary, not a CV. Okay, just wanted to make that clear. And then you're going to go into like the overview of your business. This looks at things like the aims and objective, your mission statement. What are you looking to achieve? What is the ultimate goal or mission you want to achieve? And then the objective breaks down how you are going to do this. So just as I was saying earlier, your objectives, your aims and objectives, they need to be SMART, which I've already said: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timed. So you're going to break down those objectives. The objectives are kind of the steps that are going to get you to achieving the goal or the mission. So they are like the steps, or or if you're like in a where there's water, you have those stepping stones to get you to the side. So those objectives are those stepping stones, because the objectives are kind of what you're going to use to outline how you are going to achieve your goal or your mission. Okay, and then you have your product and services. So this is going to basically outline and give like in details what your product or services are going to be. If you're going to be having products, what kind of product are they? Where are they produced? What is the process that is involved in producing your product? And all of these things. And then if you are, for example, if you have services like me, I offer various services which include, as I say, coaching, mentoring, marketing, and management. I can help somebody with marketing management, whereby I put a plan together, help them digital, social media management as well. So all of those things, it will come under the services that I do. I also do blogs. I write blogs and articles for various businesses on literally any sort of topic. So those will be my own services. So I'm going to outline those services and how am I going to go about doing them. How am I going to basically, what's the word? Like, how am I going to showcase them? How am I going to make somebody basically want to be part of it, or for somebody to see like value in it? So you need to make sure that you talk about, give details about everything that is involved in terms of the product. What is the demand for it? Is it a product that has a high demand right now? What is the cost of production? Are you going to be able to get it somewhere cheaper? And what is involved? Are your products going to be shipped to is it going to be an online, just digital based company, or are you going to have like outlets, like premises, like shops or whatever? Are you going to have those? So you have to just state all of that, and what the business is, and also you can also mention and discuss how you hope to expand down the line. So if you are offering certain products, what's the growth you see, or how can you improve over time? Can you go on to branch out into certain things, or are you going to be solely focused on that? For example, if you are somebody that is a makeup artist and you're going to be offering your services, so if you're talking about like the future of it, or how you are going to expand or move from there, it can be things like you're going to have your own branded makeup or skincare products or whatever it is. So that is the way that you can talk about, like in the nearer future, what do you see? Where do you see the venture, the business going? What can you do to just help with your growth? So we have that. And then of course the operation process. If you are going to be doing like makeup, what is the process? Are they going to be done at a factory? Are you going to be involved, or are you just going to slap your name onto product? Or are you actually going to be involved in bringing together all the ingredients that are going to be part of those products? Are you going to make sure that you follow all regulations that are, or restrictions, to make sure that you give your customers the best? How are you going to go about it? Are you going to make sure that there's fair trade? Because that is something that's important as well, because a lot of people sometimes they'll choose to produce their stuff and not really pay those manufacturers their worth or whatnot. So all of these things, they are going to really help for somebody to look at it and decide whether or not they want to invest into your idea. So yeah, and then your pricing strategy. How are you going to go about pricing your product or services? What is it like? And then you're going to come on to marketing, which is very important, which is what I mostly do for businesses and organizations as a marketing strategist. So marketing is going to obviously, you're going to have like a brief overview history of maybe that industry or that product, why, how you came about wanting to do it, what makes you stand out, what are your unique selling points. So what makes you different from the next person doing it? For example, if you are going to be doing like skincare products or whatever the case may be, what is going to make you stand, you know, against your competitors? And it can be things like, oh, we are not going to do like any animal testing, we're not going to include certain products, you know, ingredients in our products that we produce, or the manner at which it is produced. Do you make sure that there's fair trade? All those things, just to kind of really outline, and also for you to give detail about that market, the industry or sector, the brief history of it, how it's grown, and what you think the future prospects will be for you as well in terms of growth. And you're going to have to outline who your target audience or customers are going to be or are. So you have to give specific details, you know, if it's going to be black females between the age of this and this, based in London, for example, just an example. So you can say that, but you have to be specific when it comes to who your target audience are going to be, because that is going to help you know where to focus on in terms of marketing. If your audience, let's say if you are a clothing company, for example, and you produce trendy, you know, clothes, fashionable clothes at an average or cheap, you know, affordable price, I'll say, and your target audience are young, you know, hip and trendy people, then when you're able to have that information laid out clearly, me as a marketing strategist, I can look at that and then decide the best way that I'm gonna be able to market your product or service to make sure we reach those people. If you are, as I say earlier, producing things like fashion and for young people, then Instagram may be the best platform for you, and maybe using like using influencer marketing may be helpful for you. And if you are a business that is a B2B, which is a business to business, meaning that your products or services are for other businesses, if you have something like that, then maybe LinkedIn would be the best platform for you. So it is very important for you to outline your target audience, because it's going to help you make sure you are able to market and promote to the right people, so you're able to get return from it. And also market research. This can be like secondary research. What is the industry like? What are those products like? And things like that. And what those sort of customers, what are their habits, what is their spending habit, where geographically are they, where would you find most of them, and all of these things need to go into your market research. And you can also do primary research, which involves you actually doing research. For example, if you're going to send like a survey or questionnaire to your target audience, that is primary research that you can then use to your advantage in terms of knowing how to put your product out there and how to promote and market your product. So, and also SWOT analysis, which is for strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and threats. So looking at your business or your product or your services that you offer, looking at them, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are the opportunities and threats? So let's say, use myself for an example with me doing my business coaching company. So my strength will be the fact that I have experience in coaching and experience in business and working with people. So I have that experience, so that would be my strength. My weaknesses would be the fact that a lot of people have lost their jobs, and some may not be able to afford to have a business coach or marketing strategist. So that can be a weakness. But an opportunity can also be the fact that a lot of people have lost jobs and they are now looking into setting up their own ventures. So that is an opportunity for me. And then a threat will be the fact that COVID-19 refuses to go. And if we have a second wave, that means people are going to be on lockdown again. If that happens, that is a big threat for me, because if the people that my clients are those that have physical premises, they sell their product there, and then we go on lockdown, that is going to affect me. So that's threats. So those are the strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, using myself as an example. So you need that. And also you need to have and outline your competitors. Who are your competitors? What are they like? Where are they based? What do they do? And what are the similarities? What are the differences? How can you make yourself stand out? That is very important for you to know. And then of course, along with the marketing, is really useful to have a strategic marketing plan, which is something I help my clients to put together, that looks at solely like promotion and marketing. How are we going to market your product or your services? What marketing techniques are we going to use, or tools or resources? All of these things, what's going to work best for you, digital marketing or the traditional marketing? How are we going to do this? What are the best ways? So that is the strategic marketing plan. And then the last bit of the business plan is your financial plan. So your financial plan will look at things like, okay, your startup cost. What are you going to need to start if you are a startup? If you're just starting up, what are you going to require? What resources, what things do you need to start? What is going to be your startup cost? So because with that, if you are going to go for a loan, or investors, they need to see what is required, because you can't just come to a bank or to somebody and say, I need 100,000 for my business. They're going to want to see, why do you need that? What do you need? What is that 100,000 going to be used towards? So you have to break it down and have a very close to accurate startup cost that is realistic, that if they look at it, they can decide whether or not this is something that they can invest. Or if it's a bank, by looking at your startup cost and everything else in your business plan, they can decide whether or not to loan you that money, if it's going to be worthwhile, and if they're going to be able to get back that money from you. So that is. And also you need a cash flow focus, which is going to you outlining maybe for the first year, what is going to be involved. So that is inflow and outflow of cash. So what do you need to spend on, and what are the things you need, and what is going to be going out? Things like paying for the rent, the premises slash rent, and any business rates that you need to pay for, any taxes or VAT that needs to be paid for, also salaries or wages that are going to be needed to be paid for. What is the amount of money that's going to go towards marketing and all of these things, operations and human resource and all of that. And then the inflow of cash is, okay, maybe you're going to be getting a loan, or maybe your personal savings. You need to write all of that, and they need to balance out. You know, they need to balance out, because you cannot just have a great outflow and a very inflow of cash. There has to be some sort of a balance. So you have to look at what is going to be coming in, things like loans, or maybe people that have bought shares, so shareholders, any money that's going to be coming in from there. And then sales, what do you estimate sales for each month for maybe the first year? That would really help somebody to be able to take a look and decide if this is something they want to really put their hands on. So those are the main things really when it comes to writing a business plan. I think there is no better time than now to really just jump in and start your own venture. 2020 has really kind of been eye-opening. It's really made us realize that nothing is permanent. There are people that had corporate jobs that have been working in the city for the past 30 years, and all of a sudden they find themselves unemployed, made redundant, and have to start again. And because of the high rate of unemployment due to things like COVID-19, the competition has increased so much. So for each job now, there are so many more people competing to get that job. So I think there's no better time for you now to really start your own venture. To really, I know it's something that is risky, but there's no better time to take that risk, because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't even know if this is the end of COVID, or there's been great prediction on a second wave. And so even if you do have a job right now that you've secured something, anything can happen tomorrow. So I think this is really a good time for you to just jump in. It is never easy when starting something, but if you're not going to do it now, then when? So many people have lost their lives this year. I'm sure they had goals, they had dreams, there are a lot of things that they wanted to do, I'm sure, but sadly some of them are no more here to do it. So if you are still here and alive, and you've had these dreams, and you daydream about setting up your own business, this is the best time, because not only are you going to find employment as a self-employed person, but you are also going to employ others. So you are also creating new jobs for those that are out there in need, and also your product or service, your idea, your business idea might change the world. So even if other people maybe around you have discouraged you and underestimated you, you have to go for it. Or what we have now, all the great people that we think about right now, great inventors, during their times, I'm sure a lot of people thought they were crazy, or something isn't right up, not every screw, like something is unscrewed up there. But these people went on to achieve their goals and leave legacies. They've left legacy. There are some that pursued their dreams throughout their lives. There are a lot of people that they don't even become known until their old age, because they've dedicated their life to achieving their dream, their goals, what they want to do, their quest, whatever it is. A lot of them might not even get recognition until they're long gone. Or maybe you start something that you might not get to the end of it, but somebody else can come and take that and push it forward. There are a lot of businesses that were started by certain family members, and maybe they pass away not really getting to where they wanted to. But then somebody else, maybe their child, their grandchild, came and took that and turned it into something great, because the foundation was already there. The foundation has been laid, so it made it easier for them to just carry that forward. So if you have dreams, you've wanted to start something, I think this is really the best time, because what is there to lose? We're already losing everything. We're losing jobs, we're losing loved ones. So at this point, you might as well take the risk and go for it. And to help you out, I am going to be having this business plan template that I've personally written, that I've personally done. So this template will really help you. All you need to do is to fill in the information. So if you think you don't, or you're struggling or whatever, I have put together a very easy and straightforward template that can help you. So if you go onto my website, which is www.miriamk.co.uk, if you go there and then you either go into the contact, send me a message, or if you go onto the subscribe, which is subscribe to my blogs, then I will be able to get an email, and then I can email the business plan template to you. If also you need somebody to guide you through, I am a business coach. I've worked with various brands, and if you go onto my website, you will see some of the brands and businesses and companies that I have worked for. And I am very serious about my work, and I have a great passion to see others grow, to see people really achieve their goals, and even with all the challenges, it is such a great feeling knowing that you're being able to overcome and do those things. Just like I've done, I had all the obstacles against me not to be where I am today, but I took the risk and I went for it, and that's why I'm here, and that's why you are able to even see me right now and maybe learn something from what I've said. So I know it's not easy, I know it can be very challenging, but if you do need any guidance, as I say, I'm a business coach. I work with people to help them achieve their goals, helping them to really break down things and keep them on track. With my customers, we don't only have like a business plan or strategic plan. I also work with them and create an action plan to ensure that we are on track and all tasks are being done. So that's what I do. So if you are interested in working with me as your coach or your mentor or your marketing person, then you can either go into my website so you will see more of the services that I offer, or you can just send me an email. Just email me on this email below. Send me an email to miriamk913@gmail.com. If you send me an email, and I'll be able to maybe set up a meeting to discuss. And the initial meeting, the first 30 minutes, is free for us just to discuss and see if I'll be able to help you. And once we've done that, if you are still interested to move forward to work with me, then we'll put together a contract, a plan on what you need. Because for me, all my clients, every person or company that I work with, I don't just take something and be like all size fits all. No, everybody have their own customized plan. They have what works for them. I get to understand the individuals and what they want to achieve, and then I'm able to know how to work with them personally, because everybody is different. Our work ethics different, our time, availability, all of that is different. So everything is personalized to make sure I'm able to support my clients to achieve their goals. I also, as I say, I do marketing management, like things like social media. I can analyze all your different platforms, your brand basically, and give you feedback on certain things that you may need to improve just to help you grow. And sometimes it's just the smallest things that we need to really do and change to help us get us to the next step and onto where we are going. So I do that. I also write articles and blogs, besides what's on my website. I actually do that for people as well, because that is such a great technique and marketing tool that some of us are not really using enough of, but it's really a good tool to gain traffic, attract traffic to your website or whatever it is, your social media pages, wherever you want or people to go, or where you're selling your product or services. So all my details will also be at the end of this video. I hope this has helped. If you do have any questions or anything else, feel free to comment below and I will be sure to reply. So if you do have any questions, or if you don't want to say publicly, you can email me and I'll get back to you. I'll give you my feedback and my advice. I'm also going to be doing a live stream this Saturday with one of my girls, my boss lady, Fantasia World. She's also a YouTuber. So we're going to be doing that this weekend. And yeah, I'm here to I want to see all of us grow. So if there's any way I can help you, please feel free to let me know. I hope you have a blessed day, week, year, month, year. I know 2020 has been crazy, but please continue to stay positive, continue to be grateful, continue to show gratitude, because you being here alone is such a great blessing. Have a blessed day. Thank you all so much once again, and don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and all that jazz. All right then, bye.